On the last part, Krillin's death leads to Goku seeking revenge. Goku manages to best Tambourine. However, Demon King Piccolo was in another league of his own. Despite all his efforts, Goku succumbs to Demon King Piccolo's might, as Demon King Piccolo kills him once and for all. Due to Goku having not yet committed heroic deeds, King Yama denies Goku his body in the afterlife, sending Goku's soul straight to heaven. Demon King Piccolo destroying the Dragon Balls also nailed the head in the coffin. Goku has no more second chances. The Z fighters also all die one by one to Demon King Piccolo, leaving only the cowardly Yajirobe behind. With Demon King Piccolo ruling over the world, Kami makes the ultimate sacrifice with Mr. Popo's help, erasing all existence of the nameless Namekian. Meanwhile, Dr. Gero was angry that his sweet revenge was stolen from him. Gero instead pushes his efforts towards world domination, in the meantime also rebuilding the Red Ribbon Army stronger than ever, with people like Magenta and Tao joining him in his cause. With that, we go straight into the Saiyan saga. Raditz goes to the nearest strong power level and ends up meeting Mercenary Tao. With no more strong power levels on Earth, Raditz realizes that Kakarot had failed and perished in his mission. With that, Raditz decides he will pick up Kakarot's slack and destroy Earth in his stead. Will Raditz succeed in this endeavor, or will Tao be able to stop him? Well, these are questions we will answer today on Dragon Ball Z. Tao manages to spot Raditz's tail, and immediately knew that the man in front of him was bad news. The child he had fought quite a while back also had a tail, and he was abnormally strong for his age. Tao knew to not let his guard down, and his insight managed to just save him from Raditz's quick assault. Raditz's speed was impeccable, and Tao barely manages to dodge out of the way from Raditz's punches. Raditz was at a power level of 1500, while Tao with Gero's upgrades was already at an impressive 900. But even then, Raditz was way above Tao's pay grade. Tao was completely on the defensive as Raditz slowly chips away at his defense. Tao suddenly presses a button in his arm, which sends his arm flying out, knocking Raditz off balance. Given a moment's reprieve, Tao frantically presses the big red button on his other arm. Raditz cocks his eyebrow in amusement. Was he calling for backup? Well, Raditz decided to go all out from here on out. This man was strong, and if a few more allies joined together to fight him, it definitely would be trouble. Raditz pushes on, now going all out. Tao never stood a chance, as Raditz nearly dismantles him completely, starting with his arms. However, before Raditz could completely overwhelm Tao, another android makes his appearance. It was Android 19. Android 19 descends onto the same level as Raditz. Raditz looks at Android 19 warily. If Tao was already this powerful, this meant that this android was at least on the same level. Raditz puts his hands in front of himself, guarding himself. However, before he could react, he suddenly felt a huge force exerted on his back as he flies forward. Raditz yells in pain as Android 19 suddenly appears back in front of him and strikes him down on the ground. The impact creates a huge crater where Raditz lays defeated, completely bewildered that he had lost the fight in just 2 attacks. Android 19 picks up the injured Raditz as he places his hand on Raditz's face. Raditz feels his energy leaving his body as he feels weaker and weaker. Android 19 shoots a laser beam from his eyes that literally carves Raditz in half. Raditz has no time to even react as his life perishes right before his eyes. Android 19 destroys Raditz's scouter, as well as acknowledging that the scouter was a communication device, as he brings the dismantled parts of Tao back to Gero. Android 19 reports the situation to Gero, another humanoid alien that had a tail. Gero was sure that there was no way this was a coincidence. Looks like his suspicions were true. Son Goku was indeed an alien, and the presence of the scouter meant that there was likely gonna be more of such aliens arriving on Earth soon. How soon, he didn't know, but he did know they had to prepare themselves as much as possible. Gero repairs Tao and gives Tao a significant power upgrade, putting Tao near the level of Android 19. Keep in mind though that this version of Android 19 is still significantly weaker than the one in canon, as the canon version of Android 19 spent a 4-5 years extra being developed. If 19, Tao and himself weren't enough, he still had his trump cards. Though not fully complete yet, Android 17 and 18 were definitely his strongest creations thus far. As Gero prepares, a full year passes. Vegeta and Nappa had embarked towards Earth like canon. They were interested about the beings present on Earth. Earth was supposedly a low-level planet, but he had fighters that could wipe the floor with Raditz. Vegeta and Nappa arrive on the planet like usual, obliterating a city as they come. But this time around, unlike Raditz, they don't need to go and search for a fight. Gero had decided to bring the fight to them instead. And after Raditz's unexpected appearance, Gero had set up his network of spy bots all around Earth to monitor the situation on Earth everywhere. Some of them even deployed specifically to monitor ships going in and out of Earth's atmosphere. His spy bots had detected 2 spaceports coming towards Earth, so Gero immediately deployed his forces to Vegeta and Nappa's location. Specifically, only Tao and 19, but Gero was confident that they would be good enough for the job. Tao and 19 face off against Vegeta and Nappa. Who will come out on top in this fight? Well, these are questions we will answer in the next part on Dragon Ball Z.